Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, November 20th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today if you're new. Please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. And it talks all about the work that I do. And also, there's a schedule appointment button on every page. You can schedule an appointment through Zoom, telephone, and in person if you are in the New Jersey area. I am also on Facebook business page under Lisa M. Hopp Spiritual Coach and Medium. And I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. And for those of you coming back every week, and your comments, your support, I appreciate you so much. If you have a topic that you would like me to speak about, please feel free to suggest. You can email me at serendityharbor@verizon.net. Thank you so much again for joining me today. Today's topic, doing this will change your life. This will change your life. Now this Thursday, the 24th, is Thanksgiving here in America. And Thanksgiving has always been supposed to be a day of gratitude, giving thanks for our blessings, pausing from our life. It was started, almost 200 years ago, during the times of the Civil War, when we needed a day of prayer and repose and gratitude. And it's evolved into a holiday that invokes the Pilgrims, Native Americans, and I want to say the prelude to Christmas shopping. And there was a time, as many of you know, where really was just a meal before Christmas shopping, and many stores were open. They started to open, and I can remember when that first started, where stores were open on Thanksgiving. Thankfully, a lot of stores are now understanding that they should be closed, and it fully should be a day where people join together with those that they love, and to just take a moment out of our busy lives, our stressful lives, and to give thanks for what we have. And that is the key, honestly. Every successful, wealthy, prosperous, abundant, happy person on this planet knows about the power of gratitude. So that is why gratitude is so important in changing your life, because it's not just about taking a day to be grateful. It's not about even taking a moment. The key to having everything you want in life is to be in gratitude every moment. And that is not easy. And don't even try to tell me you do it. Because I focus on it. It is a discipline for me, and yet I still drop off the wagon of gratitude. I still fall off track, normally and naturally. Being in gratitude means being in the present moment and really feeling it. Being in love with your life, being in love with the planet, being in love with mankind. And it's not just being in love, it's a welling up, it's an in love. It's a type of feeling you have when love is new to you. It is a bubble over in your heart. It is a bloom in the heart. It is giddy. It is almost immeasurable and unlimited. That's what I'm talking about. Walking around like that, where you can't help but have a smile on your face. And another key, besides feeling that gratitude, it's not just about feeling that gratitude, for what you feel, for what you have already in your life. It's feeling the gratitude for what you know you have that you don't even see yet with your eyes. And that is the power of manifestation. Asking for something and know it's yours now, before you see it in front of you. A real easy example would be if you want a new vehicle. So you would ask for the new vehicle and then you would visualize the new vehicle. Asking, by the way, is just, it's like saying it's yours. It's not even asking for it in a prayer-like way. It is writing it on a list of things you want, or visualizing it, or putting it on a vision board. It is the request of it. That is requesting it. And then you walk around like you already have it. And I remember it was probably 6-7 years ago. I did that, wanting a new vehicle. And I'd gotten so good at believing it was mine that one day I got into my vehicle that I had at the time, and I could see the new vehicle in the car with my naked eyes. And I went, oh my God, it's so close. It's so close now to my physical life, because now I can see it without closing my eyes and visualizing it. And yes, in a very short while, it was in my life through miraculous circumstances. It would be like wanting a new home, feeling grateful for your current home, but also feeling grateful for the home that you have, that you've requested, and then starting to see that home all around you. When you go into the kitchen, it's the new kitchen instead of the old kitchen. And it's not faking it. You actually feel like you're standing in it. You actually feel like it's a part of your life. So that is a key to quicker manifestation. But truly, the key to having life be easier for you, to have things lining up for you, opportunities opening for you, is for you to be in that state of gratitude about everything, every waking moment of your life, especially right before you go to bed, when we're at our most susceptible to things because our brain is kind of more open, because we're tired. And so if you ever watch a movie or listen to a song late at night, it tends to stick with you a little bit more because your subconscious is more open. So at night, especially when your subconscious is more open, you want to be in that state of gratitude. And so here's also one of the reasons why we're here. We're here to grow, expand ourselves, our being, this world. And so we will get tested. You will get tested with that gratitude. It's why it is so hard to be in that state constantly. You will have someone that will not treat you right. You will have a stranger that's having a bad day and is rude to you. You will have perhaps a boss that doesn't come through for you in the way you want. Oh my gosh, people that you live with, they're your greatest testers, right? Yes. You know, when they're having a bad day, they want you to have a bad day too. And there are times, and it's so easy, it is so easy to fly off of your wonderful, idyllic place that you're in. But if you can stay centered in the moment and not let them pull you in, you have the keys. And it's not just the keys to prosperity. Because when you feel gratitude, you open up to more. You open up to the opportunities to earn more. You open up to opportunities to receive more. You open up to creative ideas. You open up to people wanting to give you things. You open up to wins. You know, it's true. But also, in gratitude, you open up to more love in your life, to better relationships, to greater health. Because if you do not feel stress or rage or anger, And you can't when you're in a state of gratitude and giddiness. You can't feel those things. And your body has the opportunity to heal. And our body was designed to heal itself in every way. But it stopped. And I always say this, it's not our fault. We don't mean it. It's not intentional for us to stop our body from being in its best place. It's the weight of the world that we allow to get to us. People around us that we allow to get to us. And we're all human. And even those who have the greatest ability, a billionaire who has the greatest ability to be centered in gratitude and gives and receives and gives, receives, is in that abundant flow. And not all billionaires are like that, by the way. And but the ones who are that way stay billionaires or recoup really quick if something does happen, because they're in the flow. They're in the flow. So they understand the importance of that flow. And that flow is being centered in the state of gratitude, in the state of being in love with life, being in love with the world. And here's how you know you're really in. You feel light as a feather. You feel abundant. You don't feel any burdens. You don't feel any weight. You are walking around free, light, content. It's a wonderful feeling. It's the most wonderful feeling. You smile for no reason. That kind of feeling. So you know it. You know when you're in it. Now, if you're not in it, what is very important to do, and I will do this if I'm not in it, I'll sit down, I'll find a moment where I sit down and I start listing what to be grateful for. I usually will list about 10 things. And sometimes it's not the easiest. Usually I can get stuck at 5 or 6. And then after that, okay, I've got 3 or 4 more. Come on. But I do that in order to recenter myself. So when you find yourself in that place where I am not feeling gratitude today, I am cranky, I don't feel the world is serving me today, things are not working out in my favor, I'm stressed, I'm worried about that, I'm afraid of what's going to happen, spend that moment to think of anything to be grateful for. There's a wonderful story that was given by the business partner, Sandy Gallagher, of Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor is now passed. He wrote Born to be Rich. He was in the movie The Secret. He has wonderful videos on YouTube, and they have continued his work. I want to say, of course, they have. But when she first connected with Bob, she was going through a lot of stress in her life. There was a lot on her mind. She did not feel very abundant. And he simply said to her, think about what you're grateful for. Think about what the blessings are. That's all you have to do. And you can find one. You can find something. Because she wanted to just talk about what was going wrong in her life. She wanted to talk to him about it. It's like, this is what's going wrong. What am I supposed to do about it? It's probably a part of him that didn't even want to hear her story. Because you don't want to hear people, even if they're good friends or people that you care about. You really don't want to hear them in a state where they want to tell you everything that's going wrong in their life. It affects your vibration when they do that, though you understand. They're human, and temporarily we can feel better when we get it out. But it doesn't solve anything. It's never a solution. You can't have it turn around by being in that state. And it sounds like, as she tells this story, she was a little bit surprised that he just said to her, You got to find the blessing in it. What is it? What is there to be grateful for? And because it was so simple, but also I think she expected like a huge to-do list with it, or a huge course in it. But she listened, and things turned around. Solutions came. The same can happen for you. Bob Proctor was a multimillionaire. He knew. You have to feel grateful, see the blessings, believe in yourself, believe that you can have what you want, that life can be magical. He knew all this. And he probably very rarely wavered from it, if at all. I know at the end of his life, from how he spoke, he was just so grateful for life. So grateful for the life that he designed for himself. And he was 26 when things started to turn around for him because he had a bad attitude up until 26. A lot of anger, a lot of negativity. But a helper came along and told him to read a book, Think and Grow Rich, by Napoleon Hill. And told him to really make it study manual, to make it kind of like the prosperity Bible of his life. And he did that. And he went from not earning enough to cover his debt to being a multimillionaire. Now, that requires inspired action. It requires putting your confident foot forward at times. But it really starts with an inside job, first and foremost. And then the outside world will respond to you. I saw the other day, there was an opportunity for someone. And I saw it and I went, I don't know if they would go for it. And then I went out and I stopped at a traffic light, and here comes a truck from that very company at the light on the other intersection road to my right. And when I saw, because it was the same day, when I saw that truck, which I never see that truck. So after focusing, thinking about, pondering that company for someone, here's the truck. I went, that's a sign. Synchronicity. How odd that we are at this really the same intersection at stoplights. So I said something to the person about it, and they went, yes, yeah, I will move on it. Pay attention to the synchronicities and the helpers that come along when you're in the state of gratitude, because they'll come. You will not be left alone. You will not be left to your own devices at all. Now, if I saw that truck and I went, oh, I was thinking about that company today, and did nothing with it, said nothing, moved on, that was a missed opportunity on my part to serve someone else. And perhaps for myself, if it were about me. And we can miss the opportunities, but the wonderful thing is another opportunity will always come when you're in a state of gratitude. You can't really mess this up. If you miss one, another will arrive. It may not be the same one, but another will arrive. Because the invisible helpers, the universe, always lines up for you. Always. And we have to trust that. We have to let go. We have to believe in that. Know. Have that faith. Sometimes in order to help us let go, we have to make a decision. For a teacher of mine, Mike Dooley, writer of Infinite Possibilities and other great books, also in The Secret, the movie, in order for him to detach and let go, to attract what he truly wanted in his life, he had to take a position that maybe wasn't ideal at first, but it caused him to let go, to detach, and then things started to line up. So when my client says to me, "Is all right to get that job for now?" Oh yes, if that job makes you relax, detach, feel better. If you're going to get yourself stuck in the job, if it makes you stall, if it makes you have a lower energy, then no, wait. But sometimes we have to do things for ourselves to make ourselves feel better in order to detach in our state of gratitude, to allow things to unroll for us, to unfold. But truly, the big thing, the super dynamic, mega, on steroids act to take, is to be in that present moment constantly with gratitude and love. Now, love for your fellow man, love for the earth, love for mankind, all as one. Love for a task you're doing, even if it's something you can't stand. Love for the job that you wish you could change. Just a state of gratitude and good, warm and fuzzy feelings. And yes, you will get tested, as I said. You will get someone in your life that will want to test you. You will get a stranger who tests you. But you're here to overcome it. You signed up for this. Overcome them. And it will be the most hard. Sometimes it will be so hard, but overcome them. Don't let them draw you into a lower state of feelings. And if it happens for a moment, reverse it. Get out of it. Get out and get some air. Whatever you need to do, don't dwell in it. Don't live in it. Because we'll always be tested. But that's how we have growth. That's how we have love. And our greatest testers are those we're related to and those we're just closest to. It's usually not the stranger that tests us because we're not emotionally involved. We may wonder, what's up with them? But it's usually the ones closest around us to pull us in to their vibration. So, set up your own vibration, your own bubble of gratitude, and you will see change. You will see evolvement. It's energy. One of my new favorite healing experts, abundance experts, is Dr. Joe Dispenza, who you can find on YouTube. He talks about this. You get in that state of love. You get in that state of gratitude. And in the type that is multiplied. It's not mental. It's with emotions. And when you get into that state, miracles happen. And I've heard testimonials of his work, and miracles happen. But also what can happen is that someone will say, my disease is not entirely healed now, but it's had improvement, and I'm just so happy. I'm happy like I've never been before. I love life. It's worth living. So even in his work, when they're still working on full healing, his students will still know that with the practices of gratitude and his case went through meditation, and then when you're not meditating, walking around in gratitude, any improvement changes their life for the better. Even if it is just mental and emotional. I love life now, I didn't before. It's enough. They'll probably, when they least expect it, get the full miracle. But the joy on their face, the joy in their heart, that's worth it. It's worth it for all of us, truly. And if it's hard for you to feel gratitude when you're on social media, give yourself breaks. Give yourself breaks. Stay away from what may not be easy to maintain that gratitude, or what you may be exposed to. It's all right to unfollow. Even Dr. Joe says, unhook from it. Give yourself breaks from the Instagram and the YouTubes and the Facebooks and the TikToks and everything. Twitter. Give yourself breaks. Because you're important. And whatever you can do to help you with gratitude is the way to go. It's the key. I'm telling you, it's the key. You master this, and you will have a completely different life for the better. Anyone who is successful would tell you that. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to check out my website at lisahop.com, and to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. Follow on Facebook under Lisa M. Hop Spiritual Coach and Medium. I am also on Instagram. From Monday through Friday, I post an inspirational message on Instagram, so please find me there under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope if you are listening from the States that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a safe Thanksgiving with those that you love, a peaceful, serene, tranquil Thanksgiving. And a wonderful, I guess I want to say start, but for most it is felt a continuation of the holiday season. Thank you again. Many blessings.